Okay, we are finally down to our last session, and this is gonna be really interesting because we have two pairs of couples. Is that how you say that? One from USA and one from Singapore. And our topic for this session is how to harness the power of your data and let your numbers work for you, which means we will be talking to the content creators about how they use their numbers and how they look at their analytics to like inform them of decisions of material to create and timing and etc. So please put your hands together for Sam and Monica from USA. I'm sure you guys know them from TikTok.
Hello.
They're huge. And from Singapore, we have Sherrin and Yixi,
Hi everyone.
our cross-culture couple from TikTok. And also from Singapore, we have Austin Sun from the Chinese Hackers Singapore. Hi, Austin. And last but not the least, we have our content creator also from Singapore, Boon. Hi, Boon. So this is our largest group, and we're going to be going out with a bang. I'm so glad that you guys are so much more well-behaved as compared to the previous group.
You haven't talked to us yet.
Please do, please do. I mean, I've interviewed you guys before, so I know that you guys are going to be fine. Okay, how's your flight to Singapore?
Great. And I just learned something. Washi Shangmu.
Huh?
That doesn't make sense?
No, that's
No.
right.
Washi Shanmu. Washi?
我是
Washi. Washi Shangmu. Shangmu. I don't know.
Oh,
I tried to.
Samuel.
Oh, it means Samuel?
Oh, 山姆 Sam. 我是
Yeah, I
山姆
tried to learn my name, but clearly not very well.
No, but that's a good
We
attempt.
just taught him
so,
that like 5 minutes before, and he was practicing all the way out. He was like, 我是山姆. Wait. 我是山姆.
Washi Shangmu.
Yeah.
you should have asked the Chinese hacker. They would have known how to say it properly.
You sound perfect at the backstage.
Okay. So my first question to the whole panel is, what were you doing before you started content creation?
Oh my gosh, what was I doing? Well, I've always been kind of making the most random videos. Even when I was like a kid, I would just sit in my mom's car and I would like sing to Taylor Swift and pretend I'm Taylor Swift. Like I was always just making random videos. Okay.
On YouTube?
All right, I'm sorry. You did more than that. You dressed up as Jordan Sparks and performed Battlefield with your best friend.
That as well. I did a lot of music videos, but that was like as I grew up, like I was always doing videos.
Okay.
Literally since I remember. So I did that, and I was also working in a restaurant until we met, and then now it's our full-time thing. So.
How did you two meet?
We met through a mutual friend, funny enough, which is weird because she's from Australia, but she was living in Scotland, and I met her through YouTube, actually.
Right.
So I went to visit her, and she had finals, so she couldn't come meet me. So he was like, let me just slide in there. And
She
Slide in
asked
the
me if I
DM?
wanted to go down to London to meet Monica, and I was like, yeah, sure. It's like a 20-minute train ride. It was like 4 hours.
Oh my.
I was like, this American girl's cute, though, so.
Okay. What about you, Sam? What were you doing before you became a content creator?
I was working in a car dealership and doing some modeling stuff in the UK.
Okay, what is that again?
A car dealership. I was selling cars.
Oh, okay. And how did you become a content creator? What made you decide to be one?
Yeah, so I used to be an athlete. So I did this thing called mountain boarding, where it's basically like a snowboard but with big wheels.
Right.
And I injured myself really, really badly when I was like 16, 17 years old.
Right.
And I was in my hospital for a long time and stuff like that. And my mum made me retire from that when I was like 16. So I thought, how else can I spend my time? And I didn't really have many friends, so I thought I'll make YouTube videos. That was about it.
So that was, both of you started on YouTube and started individually. And how did Sam and Monica came about? Like, when did it come about, actually?
Yeah,
Like,
so we started making videos. Well, we started dating in 2015.
Okay.
And I mean, we've got a pretty unique relationship. You know, I used to live in the UK. We live together now in the USA. But for 6 years of our relationship, I lived in the UK. Monica lived in the USA. We were about 4,000 miles away from each other. So we just started kind of like vlogging surprises. And I would, so like Monica's local Japanese restaurant in New York, for example. Monica was there for, I don't think it was your birthday. It was a special event with your family or something, wasn't it? And I flew over, and she had no idea I was flying over. So I flew over, dressed up as a teppanyaki hibachi chef, and pretended to serve her food. And she obviously freaked out. She's like, "Oh my gosh, what are you doing here?" And then another time, it was my birthday, and for some reason, I don't know why I bought this, but Monica Monica pretended to get me a lawnmower for my birthday for some random reason. So I walked into my bedroom and there was this massive box in the middle of my bedroom with what I thought was a lawnmower inside. And I was thinking, and my mum was filming me, and she was like, so, I was thinking, why did Monica get me a lawnmower? And then obviously she jumps out of it, and we filmed the whole thing, and that's basically.
Oh, so she was the lawnmower.
She was a lawnmower. Yeah.
I'm not sure if you guys can feel it. I actually feel the love when they look at each other. It's so intense. Oh my God. And I'm single, so.
Oh, buddy.
Okay, what about Yixi and Sherrin? How did you two become like Instagram couple? No, TikTok couple, and how did content creation come into your life?
We actually met on OKC for all those people that out there looking for love.
What is OKC?
It's OkCupid. It's a dating app in Singapore.
Oh, okay, Cupid. Okay.
He was actually the first guy that I went out with on a date from a dating app, so I got very, very lucky. Yeah.
Well, is he your first boyfriend?
Yes.
Oh,
yes, he is. Yeah.
what? Okay.
Yeah.
Good luck.
So we.
Just kidding. Oh, he's her first boyfriend, and they got married, and they moved for each other. You guys are good. Thank you, everyone. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
So after we got together, I started a TikTok account as a diary for us. So I just did like trends, like couple trends, because at that point of time it was COVID,
Yeah.
and TikTok was rising, it was popular. People was like passing their time during COVID. So I was just recording our life there, and suddenly one video went viral, and then like everybody started to like ask for more content on both of us. So we started to just keep like churning out content. That's how we just came out of the account. Yeah.
So before COVID, you guys got together shortly before COVID, and you started a TikTok account, and during that period of time, you guys continue to create content during COVID while it's circuit breaker. How is that possible?
Yeah, actually, it
Did you break the law?
started way back. No.
Did you see that? Did you see that? Did you see what I was getting
For
at?
lawful-
I think he
okay,
hesitated.
For lawful purposes, we did not break the law, okay?
Okay,
Okay.
for this purpose you didn't. But it was during this period that you guys actually came into the social media sphere. But I do want to ask, before TikTok, before you two were a couple, were you content creating also or no?
I studied media in RP,
Okay.
Republic Polytechnic, and yeah, from there I'm still a freelance videographer as well,
Right.
and a photographer. So yeah, I think that's what I've been doing. And we actually met when I was in NS, serving my national service. So I would say that's a bit tough because we don't get to meet every day, and yeah.
Yeah, but after a while we got lucky because like he can book out every day, so I was still
Right.
able to make content and all that. At that time I was schooling. I'm still schooling now, but it was more of like a more like the school.
Ad
It
hoc?
was more hectic at that point of time.
I see.
So it was more difficult to churn out content, but yeah, we
Right.
still kind of made it work.
Got it. Okay, thank you. Austin, how did you are you a Chinese tutor by profession or?
Yes, so me and brother actually teach Chinese tuition, so that's why we call ourselves Chinese hackers.
Right.
Yes, and then we have another account called Soon Bro. That's just mainly for brand deals.
Right.
Moved on. Yeah.
Maybe I can give the audience an insight about what you do. His Instagram account and TikTok account is called Chinese Hacker. So what they do
Yes.
is they do a lot of street interviews where they ask people questions or challenge people to some Chinese what do you call it, challenges and things
Yes,
like
that's
that.
right.
Basically to educate Singaporean Chinese about Mandarin because this is a language that is slowly losing its touch. So back to you. How did you come into this social media content creation community?
So it was like, I still remember it was like the pandemic period. I think the pandemic period has a lot of TikTokers that rise up from that period. So then that period wanted to just provide educational hacks, Chinese educational hacks for students because we were Chinese tutors. So it was called Chinese Hackers. And then that's how we actually started. So we just continued putting videos. So we started stream reviews because it was school holidays. Nobody wanted to see like exam hacks anymore. So we're like, how about let's just go to the streets and ask people what is something in Chinese. And that's how we started.
I have a question for you because street interviews are known to be really difficult. I've done street interviews for TikTok before and I've tried to stop people in the midst of Orchard Road and they never stop. They wouldn't stop. And it's just so difficult to even entice them. What is your hack? What is your tip?
I think people can recognize him.
Oh, yeah. At the
So
start
she's
was-
saying that people
no,
might be able to recognize him and that's why they stop? Is that it? Is that
well,
the
actually, because I
reason?
look cute. I get it.
So I don't look cute.
Initially was staff. So like we will camp outside Dobby God from like 3 p.m. to like 11 when we only get 2 participants.
Oh
'Cause-
my God.
yeah,
So this is how difficult it is, street
Yes,
interview.
yes.
3 o'clock to 11 p.m.
Yes, it was difficult, especially like the Singaporeans very shy to be on camera. So after that, we decided, how about let's just give some money. Yes, and that's how we started.
see.
People are more willing to do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. For Boon, how did you become a social media content creator?
For me, I've always created content on like my own personal accounts, and then when COVID hit, I started TikTok, and then I started doing all the dancing trends because that was trending at that time, and some of my videos went viral. That's how I kind of started. Yeah, I kind of stumbled into it. I never planned to make content.
Okay. Okay, so are you a full-time content creator right now?
Right now, I am.
Okay. All right, for Sam and Monica, my first question to you is, are you doing this full-time, and what are you looking to grow this whole business into today?
Yeah, so firstly, we're kind of pretty much doing this full time. It's our kind of main gig, as to
Right.
speak. But we've got a couple of kind of side businesses and
Like
stuff like
what?
that. So Monica is just starting.
Look
a
at the
candle brand.
love! Can you call,
think
when
that's-
you say my name, can you look at me like that too?
Hello. It's not. It's, no.
It's the accent, yeah.
That's
Okay.
the only reason she's.
So
with us.
Monica,
Harry
you were
Styles
saying-
isn't available. I'm joking. Anyways, what was the question? The candle. business.
Another Darshan. Okay, what are you hoping to create out of this whole endeavor with social media? And is this your full time?
Yeah. So firstly, Monica's candle business. I remembered.
Candle.
Is yeah. So she makes these absolutely beautiful candles, and at the bottom of the wax, she has a little glass vial with a message at the bottom.
Oh.
And so as you burn down the candle, you can pull out the little message with tweezers. And she first did it when I was living in the United Kingdom and she was living in America. And what gave you the idea?
To be completely honest, I was eating Chinese food and I had my fortune cookie and
Oh.
a candle in the table, and I was like, why not put a message in a candle? So that's how
Right.
we started that, and then I branched off doing like love letters. So I would send Sam a candle with like a personalized message in it. So we started a candle business that way, and then we also have a social media management business as well.
Yeah, so the reason we started the social media management business was when we first started dating, because we lived so far away from each other, we had to figure out a way to work online.
Right.
So in 2016, we started our Infinite Management, which is our social media management company, and we basically manage the accounts of brands online. And then content creation kind of came second after that.
What's the second company that you said?
It's called Infinite Management. We do social media management for businesses. So basically, we'll log into a business's account and then pretend to be them.
Is it consultancy based or is it content
No, we
creation
do
based?
we do some consultancy, but it's mainly content creation.
So how does it work if you two are were in an LDR, long distance relationship, being in 2 different countries, and you're working with international brands? Do they send you their products and you shoot for them? Is that how it works?
Well, thankfully, we live together now in America, so it's much more simple than brands selling a product.
Before
to
that?
me. Before that, it was much more complicated.
Right.
So, I mean, depending on the type of product, like for example, if it was something to do with hair care, Monica would do it. If it was something to do with like cars, I would do it.
I see. So you two each have your niche, and then you split the job accordingly.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Okay, with Yixi and Sherrin, I see that on TikTok you guys are huge. You guys have 1.1 million followers. But with your individual account, do you plan to, grow that to that number, or do you plan to combine an account and just do it as a couple from now on?
Well, I think definitely reaching that number on our personal accounts is a
It's a big goal.
It's a big goal. Yeah,
Okay.
it's a long-term goal. Ultimately, we want to use this as a platform to reach out to more people, and of course, meet new people as well.
Right.
And get great opportunities to meet new people like this one. So I think that's the end goal. Yeah. But currently, she's still studying, and I'm kind of like working part time. So I think we really need to match the schedules and see when we have time to, do this content creation thing really full time.
And also for our couple content, the couple content is really based on like both of us together. But we as individuals have very different personalities, and I think that only can be seen in our personal accounts, and that's what we are trying to grow in our personal accounts, to show like the more individual personalities that we have. Yeah.
The couple content that you guys have right now are it is on TikTok, but do you plan to create one for Instagram as well?
We actually have on YouTube. We
Okay.
started on YouTube.
Short form or long form?
Long form actually.
Okay.
We're gonna start on short form by reposting our TikToks on YouTube. I
Right.
think that's a really simple way.
Okay.
But for long form, we used to do it earlier, but now because I started schooling, it's a bit harder. We used to do vlogs, like travel vlogs and
see.
like Christmas vlogs and all that. Yeah.
Okay. How is the translation in terms of followers from TikTok to your personal account? Like, is there a trend there, or is that non-existent?
I think for every platform, it has its own kind of reach and
Right.
own kind of perks as well. Of course, with your own personal platforms, you need to really engage the audience even more, I would say, as compared to probably like a shared account, like a TikTok account. Yeah,
see.
so we are still on the way there. I wouldn't say that we have reached the angle yet, but we are still on the way there. And yeah, hopefully one day we'll reach there.
I think a great way for you to gain your traction from one account to the next is to link up all the accounts. So a good way is like, for example, if you're doing a vlog on YouTube, like you can edit a short form and put it on TikTok and
Right.
like move the traction to YouTube.
Right,
yeah, that's
right,
what
right.
we did. Yeah.
So you kind of shoot like one piece of content and edit it differently and upload it on different
Yeah.
social media. Is that what Sam and Monica are doing too?
Yeah.
We actually did that last night.
Oh, okay.
Last night, but something we don't really talk about too much because we only just started doing is Facebook is like a completely.
Did you say
different thing.
Facebook?
Yeah, Facebook.
Tell me more about Facebook.
Which is
Facebook's
like,
something.
I thought Facebook was kind of like gone because you have to like, you always have to do ads in order to like really grow on there.
Right.
But we started repurposing our content onto Facebook, but you had to edit it like totally different. So
I
it's completely
see.
new to us now, but yeah, it's starting to really kick off.
Okay, who here uses Facebook as content creation platform?
We do now.
Okay, great. Because I did ask a question in a previous session and none of them uses Facebook. So I'm just going to ask you, what does content creation on Facebook look like today?
Honestly, I feel like it's a better place for long form content.
Right.
We take our YouTube videos, but we cut them down to like 3 minutes. And something with Facebook that they like push is like captions. Like they want you to have
Right.
like fun captions while people are watching the video. So the videos take a lot longer to edit, but it's definitely worth it.
So YouTube has more than 3 minutes, Facebook has 3 minutes or less, and Instagram and TikTok 1 minute or less.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Passing the time to Austin, you do TikTok and Instagram Reel, right? Do you cross-post your content in terms of the Reels and the videos?
Yeah, so usually I post on TikTok first, then I'll repost it on IG Reels.
Okay.
So I tried to repost on YouTube Shorts, but YouTube Shorts ain't working that well for us.
YouTube
But IG
Shorts,
Reels is
yeah.
still okay. Still quite good.
So you feel like TikTok is doing a lot better for you than Instagram Reel?
Actually, our Instagram Reels recently do a bit better, like 1.2 times to 1.8 times than our TikToks.
Is there a reason why you choose to post it on TikTok first instead of Instagram?
Oh, because TikTok is our main account.
Oh, okay.
IG is just like, okay, let's just repost. But surprisingly, the views is doing not that bad on IG Reels. Sometimes even better than TikTok.
I see. Okay, passing the time to... Oh, is there anything you want to add?
I was just going to butt in, I'm sorry. I was just going to say, I think a lot of people post directly to TikTok because it's so much easier to edit on TikTok.
Yes.
Oh, that's
Editing on other
true.
platforms is terrible.
That's true. What about Bunki? Do you post both your content on Instagram and TikTok, or are you diversifying your content?
I don't usually repurpose my TikTok content on Instagram because I feel like Instagram has a more curated feel to it. It's not so raw and organic, and I don't like to post really organic stuff on Instagram because
But
it just feels odd. Like
you-
it's more
sorry.
aesthetic. Like Instagram is more aesthetic, so I will try to make aesthetic content for Instagram.
Got it. So do you repurpose your Instagram videos on TikTok then?
I tried it for a while, but for the same reason why I don't post TikToks on Instagram, I don't post Instagram content on TikTok.
Right.
Just doesn't do well. I don't know why.
I see. So for you, you actually create two different sets of content, one for Instagram and one for TikTok.
Yeah.
So I guess what we hear, what we are hearing here is, I think, depending on the content creator, some people actually repurposes their content. Some people re-edit it to make it a little different, and some people just create a different set of content altogether. And I think it really depends on what works for you. So my next question to the whole panel is, how do you measure success when you post a post? Is it by likes? Is it by engagements, like comments, or is it by the number of followers that you bring in through that post? And maybe this time around we can start from Boon first.
I think the most obvious success factor would be the reach. So
The reach, okay.
yeah, if you know like your video can reach a larger audience, you know that, oh, this video is doing well, many people can relate to it, they are sharing it, they are commenting, they are engaging with the content. That's like the most basic success factor. Yeah.
So for you, you look solely on the reach.
No, that's the main lah. But I feel when I post a video, I don't think like, oh, is this video successful?
Okay.
Right?
So
Yeah.
when you just post a video, you just forget about it.
I don't forget about it, but like every video, it's like successful in its own way. That's why it's on the platform.
I see.
Yeah.
So you look at more of the quality. It's successful in terms of the quality. So you decided that it's good enough to be uploaded on the
That's right,
platform.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay, that's very interesting. This is the first time I've actually heard people talk about quality because a lot of people talk more about like, oh, just because it makes me happy, which I think is also a very valid reason.
Definitely,
So
definitely.
for Austin, with the type of content that you post, does it apply the same way?
So it depends on us. So for example, Chinese hackers has changed quite a bit in terms that we want to get conversions. So
Right.
like for Chinese hackers, we post educational hacks or street review hacks. We see a lot on leads
Leads.
because we teach Chinese tuition.
Oh, so you
So-
see that
so-
coming in sales?
Yes, or we sell certain items like dictionary pen and stuff, so we see the conversions of sales. So that's we heavy on that.
Wow.
But if you're talking about like Soon Bros, which is another channel, we see a lot on Rich. So like how do we create like viral branded content, not just organic content,
Okay.
but viral branded content. So that's something that we focus a lot on Soon Bros. Because we guarantee clients a certain number of views.
So
That's also like a success metric in certain sense.
So for you, it really comes down to your main business. If it brings in sales that makes you happy, the
See
rest.
money, you're happier.
Of course, I'm happy. What do you think I'm doing here? Okay, got
It
it.
also makes me happy that I can relate to the Singaporeans and like, you know, that our DMs, there's a lot of people like recommending us Chinese songs or like, hey, or up the streets, hey, I watched your video since I was Sec 1, now I'm Sec 4. Thank you for helping me improve your
Wow.
Chinese. Yeah, so it just feels nice to, yeah, and an extra like zero behind your bank account, lah. But like all this adds up, like, it's goods.
So you mentioned that your main account is the TikTok account. What's the demographic like? Is it a lot more just Chinese Singaporean or like Chinese from all over the place?
It's Chinese from Singapore and Chinese from Southeast Asia, Indonesia and
Malaysia?
Malaysia. Yes, this
Okay.
two.
What
Indonesia
about-
and Malaysia a lot.
What about the north of Asia, like Taiwan or China? Do you have followings there?
Lesser though, I think. It's usually Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, these three.
Okay.
Yes. Actually, our content very Singaporean based. If you look at our Chinese hackers, it's interviewing Chinese students in Singapore. So it's like everybody's like, hey, that's my friend on the video.
I see.
Yeah, or that's Yishun. Hey, that's Woodlands. Something like that. Yeah.
Got it. Thank you, Austin. For Yixi and Sherrin, what is your measure of success every time you post a video, or do you actually think about that? Is that something that is consciously in your mind?
I think so. My grandfather has TikTok, and he's
Really?
Yeah.
What
He
an
has
awesome
TikTok.
guy.
So I think I measure our success as our videos popping out on his FYP. Yeah. Yeah, I think that is if our videos can pop out on his FYP, I think it'll be popping out on everyone's FYP. So I think that's really good for us.
So for you, it's really looking. I guess it sounds like it's looking at the reach, because it's FYP, right? Which means it's for you, and once it's there, it means that the reach is high.
Yeah.
So for you, the
Then
measure.
also-
of, sorry.
Sorry. Then also, we also look at engagement as well, like the comments and likes ratio to the number of views.
Right.
I think that's also quite important because when people watch your videos, sometimes they just scroll away or they just okay, next. They don't comment, they don't like
I
it.
see.
Don't talk about saving it or even forwarding it to someone else. So I think looking at the numbers as relative to the number of views, that's quite important to us as
So
well.
the viewer retention.
Yeah.
Okay. What are your point of view on this, Sam and Monica?
I think for us, well, for me, I don't know if it's the same for you, but engagement, just seeing like the comments, depending on, listening to your audience is so important because a lot of people out there, like, once they have a certain amount of followers, they just like don't pay attention to
Yeah.
what people are loving. And it's like, that's why your videos are doing well. So
Right.
we really pay attention to what people are saying because that's what, betters our videos. If people say, we like this type of content more or this type. And I know it sounds so cheesy, but honestly, if it makes one person happy, that's enough for me.
Right.
Like, I would, if I was at a convention, like I went to Playlist Live years ago, and I remember listening to a creator say, "Oh, as long as I make one person happy," and I was sat there like, "Okay, yeah, sure." But like being a creator now, it's like that is so true. If your video can make one person's day, like that's all that really matters at the end of the day for us.
So for you, what you look at is actually comments.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a question to ask because you guys have actually grown your social media to such a good number. Would that have been the same case if you were to be just starting out? You know?
Yeah, I guess it's a lot harder because when you're first starting out, obviously you don't really have an audience yet. So
Right.
I guess at that point it'd be more of just like the amount of views you're getting or like the amount of shares. That's really important as well, seeing how many people are sharing your video with friends and everything like that. But
Right.
yeah, I guess starting out it's completely different, but just paying attention to what's working really.
Okay. Okay, I feel like this is all very insightful information about the analytics. So I'm just going to close out this session with something that's more, I guess, altruistic. Social media content creation is always something that is on the, I think, radar of like mental health. A lot of people are like focusing a lot on what people say and how it's painting a very perfect picture on social media to the point that an individual might feel like their lives don't matter as much or don't have that good of a quality. How can you encourage social media content creator to challenge that notion and also not focus so much on the numbers so that their self-worth is not so tied to that? I think with that, you two might be the most experienced in terms of content creator. I'll have you start first.
Yeah, sure. So
Take
I
your
don't know,
time.
it's tough because, I mean, at the end of the day, if you get 1,000 comments on the video and one is negative, your mind is going to zone in on that negative comment.
Exactly.
So I think it kind of, I don't want to say it comes with experience because it doesn't come with experience, but it comes with kind of building self-confidence. And there was a time when it was particularly, it was on specific platforms. Like for us, our TikTok is 99.9% positive. Whereas if we post exactly the same video on Instagram, there'll be a lot more negative comments.
Really?
It's really weird, yeah.
Okay.
So, I don't know, we just kind of learned to tell ourselves that if people are taking the time out of their day and their energy to comment negatively on someone that they've never met's post, it reflects more on them than it does on the creator.
That's true, but I feel like that's always easier said than done. Like on
It is.
to be on the receiving end of those comments are so difficult to just say that, oh, it reflects more on them than me, because what they're saying is I look ugly, I look whatever, I am whatever, and
You know what we do to cheat? We block out certain words.
oh, that's a good tip.
So
Yeah.
on the different platforms, you can kind of block out. So if a comment contains the word fat or ugly or gay or something like that that is maybe derogatory towards you, or you view as derogatory towards you, you can block out that comment
I see.
automatically.
I think it's so interesting that you said that, like, for you two, Instagram has more negative comments because I receive more of that from TikTok. And I feel like the comments on TikTok are sometimes so unfiltered that it's a little hurtful. And they can step deep, like I've never heard comments like that in my entire life until TikTok came about. So I was about to ask if TikTok has more unfiltered comment than Instagram, but I guess it really depends on the content creator and their audience, right?
I think we've been doing TikTok for longer than our joint Instagram account as well. So we've
Right.
got kind of a mature, and I don't mean mature in age, I mean mature as in kind of been following us for longer, kind of follower base on there. So maybe that's partly why
I see.
they're generally more positive, because they know us better and they've been with us kind of longer on this journey.
Like more loyal to you guys.
Yeah.
Oh,
in a
that's
way.
sweet.
And I think like the longer you do it as well, like you were saying, like obviously like there's always that one that still gets you. So like
Yeah.
people are like, oh, it doesn't hurt. It's like it does. It gets a piece of you. But I think just the more like you realize that it doesn't really mean anything, like Sam
Yeah.
said, it says more about them. But it is hard to just ignore that. But I think also something that's important for people who are watching as well, and if it's affecting their mental health, seeing like YouTubers buying mansions and all these cars, it's like not everything is perfect. And for us, like we're not going to post like a ton of the negativity in our life and stuff. So I think that's another thing. It's like most content creators are going to be posting like always the positive stuff.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah, just adding on to that as well. I'm blabbering.
I'm sure they don't mind.
Just adding on to that, yeah, exactly like you were saying. I warned you guys I was going to blabber. Someone should kick me when I'm doing that.
We'll get Darshan out here to outspeak you.
But just kind of adding on to what you were saying, Monica, we used to compare ourselves against kind of other couples' accounts all the time and think, oh my gosh, their relationship's perfect and blah, 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 blah. But at the end of the day, you really have to realize that maybe they upload 10 minutes of content per day. But then they have 23 hours and 50 minutes of time that they're not uploading per day, when they could be
Right.
fighting, they could be in a bad mood, they could
Yeah.
be depressed, they could be...
We
you
really
know.
don't know, do we?
Exactly.
Yeah, just like how I say I can feel their love, but they might be fighting backstage for all we know.
Yep.
All I'm gonna say to everybody is what Harry Styles says: treat people with kindness, always and forever. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. We went to Harry Styles concert
We
together,
did.
but separately.
But you got a better video than I did.
I got a better video. My video went viral. Okay, what about Yixi and Sherrin? What's your take on like this whole topic of mental health?
Well, I mean, as negative comments go, I think both of us, well, we receive most out of this panel. I think we'll receive most because
In terms of
in
negative?
terms of, yeah, I think in terms of race, because that's a big
Oh.
thing, right? Yeah, we are interracial couple. So it's like what Monica said. It gets to you sometimes, and definitely, we are getting way more. I think I would say we are getting out of all our comments, maybe like half of it. Yeah.
Wow, that's a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah. I think it would be. And when we treat it as like, oh, okay, maybe it's a good reach in a sense, because sometimes when people comment negative things, it tends to be a threat and tends to be a chain, and then people will continue commenting under that. And so, well, more people watching the video lah. But then again, there's the bad side to it, where if you really put your mind into it and you really put your, wow, I'm really affected by it, I'm really, and then it goes down this spiraling hole.
So you guys actually turned this whole unfortunate event into a business opportunity. Can I?
Yeah, I think you can say that.
Okay.
Yeah.
But recently, I think it's really nice to see our fans actually backing us up in the comments.
That's great.
So like there'll be like a negative thread, and then you can see like everybody bashing that person, saying like, "Oh, you don't have no profile picture. Who are you to talk?" You know?
You got a little
yeah. Yeah, you guys relate.
It's
right?
always the no profile picture
yeah, it's always the
accounts.
no profile picture.
And they
one.
always have like positive vibes only in their bio.
I
It's like,
know.
that's not very positive
I
vibes.
know.
Comment that.
I got bashed for getting Harry Styles' attention,
What?
Wow.
but it's all right. Probably
They're jealous. They're jealous.
they jealous, yeah. Okay, what about Austin? What's your point of view with this whole thing? How do you deal with it, and how can you
Usually we
encourage?
don't really have that much negative comments because we teach educational, and usually we do street interview. It's the participants that might get a bit of heat. But nowadays we try to edit them to make them look good and funny, so that in long run more people will join our street interview.
Right.
Yes. But we do have is like really little. Like maybe for example, my brother did a video. He speak in Chinese in 40 seconds. Then maybe like 1 or 2 words, right? In Chinese, there's just Hanyu which is tonality. He say it a bit off.
Oh,
Speak a bit
okay.
fast. And then got people like comment that particular word, it should be the 第二声 instead of 第四声.
Right,
From
right,
there, I
right.
knew it was a competitor.
I see.
But yeah, but that's about it. But most of the time, it's really quite positive in our accounts.
So for you, it's more from competitors than haters.
No, I think it's just my brother's ex. Kidding. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
I actually don't know how to move on from this comment. and last but not the least, Boon Ki.
Oh my god. I mean, for me, I get my share of hate comments also. I'm quite chill with it, like since the start. I feel like it comes with territory. You just have to get used to it. You can't be getting positive comments all the time.
Right.
So like, yeah.
So for you,
That's about it.
you just have a more rational point of view about
Yeah.
this, that it's never going to be always positive.
Yeah.
So you just take them like
Yeah.
as they come.
And some people are very, very angry out there. They're unhappy with their life, and like maybe the most satisfying thing they do in the whole day is to like put out a hate comment.
I see.
Yeah, so I always like the comment because
You,
effort. You must appreciate other people's effort.
she is a Taylor
It took
Swift.
time, right?
She's a Taylor Swift.
effort to
Are you a
hate
Taylor Swift
That's
fan?
right. I like Taylor Swift, but only more recently.
Got it. Thank you for sharing that with us. And with that, we have concluded our 5 sessions. Thank you, Sam and Monica, Yixi, Sherrin, Austin, and Boon Ki. Thank you so much. And we look forward to seeing you back on stage tomorrow again, where we'll have more fun.